Okay. Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear us. Everything good, I suppose. Welcome to the 2022 Club Championship King of the Hill match at Excelsior Springs Golf Course. I'm Sean the Thorn Thornton, and this is my good friend,
Shooter McGregor.
Yeah, we're here today to discuss the matchups, what the proceeds are going to be, the rules of the club tournament. There's a little twist on some of the club tournament this year that we'll have someone come in and explain that later. But right now, we're just discussing the players, how we predict them, and everything else. And that what we're and really we don't get along that well, and so
you might
may see
us
that.
fight.
Yeah,
this table might come over.
Yeah. But we agree to disagree on a lot of things, most everything, really. So we're going to discuss
the best thing we agree on is we don't like Sean. Neither one of us do.
Wait a minute. That's that didn't come out right. That's anyway. So first thing we're going to go through is we're going to go through the King of the Hill first, because that's going to be Saturday night.
Lots of fun.
Starts
fun
at
event.
5 o'clock. I hope everybody comes up here and watches it. It was a good turnout last year. First of all, you're going to have excellent weather. I mean, talk about the great weekend for weather. I mean, this is going to be
It's going to be great.
Low 80s, lower 60s at night, so it's going to be a good turnout. So this is our lineup for the King of the Hill. Now, if you all aren't familiar with the King of the Hill, it's a kind of a horse race / best ball / skins pot. And what they've done here at the tournament is, the course is, they've picked the best golfers here to play. So we're going to run through this list. If you want to run through it real quick.
Yeah, first off, we've got Marty, Take Any Bet Albertson. We've got Tim, Get in the Cart Jarman. Jeff, Wino Vineyard. Austin the Janitor Hardison.
Yeah.
Everybody knows why.
Yeah.
Then we got Dylan Bearcat Comstock.
Why Bearcat?
I've heard he's from Oric.
Oh, okay.
Isn't Oric the Bearcats?
Do they have a school in Oric?
Used to. They might not anymore.
I think they dissolved that. I think they dissolved the town of Oric.
Is that because Dylan went there and the one that they couldn't take any more people like him?
That was part of it, and it was a flood. They just
the flood,
Noah. They just kind of took the whole town away.
The flood.
They got hit by 2 tornadoes and a flood. I think they said, "Let's call it quits in Oric. We're done. Let's start over." So I don't know.
I will have
that's what
Sean's address by the end of this broadcast, and people from Oric can send him hate mail all you want.
All right, Oric. I love you, Oric. If you're still there.
Then we got Quentin. I'd rather be fishing Burtness. Bob the Dragon Cole.
Oh, good name. Good name.
Mike Smallfoot Burtness.
Smallfoot.
Yeah, Smallfoot.
Like from.
He's the tallest guy with the littlest feet I've ever seen.
That's not a good combination.
No.
How does that help with his balance in golf?
That's why he struggles a little bit. He hits the ball right a lot. Have you ever seen that? Like how far he hits the ball right?
Yeah.
I think if he grew a little bit in his feet, he'd probably be okay.
I've actually seen how far he doesn't hit the ball right too. Sometimes it's right, and it's not very far right. It's very like right there, just off the tee box. Boop.
And then we have Bill from State Farm Griffey.
Yeah. I know a Bill Griffey, but I don't know if it's the same Bill Griffey as State Farm.
Oh!
Yeah.
I got the wrong Bill.
Wrong Bill?
Wrong Bill.
That happens a lot to me when I go to restaurants. I get the wrong Bill. But this is Bill Griffey. State Farm, I've always liked State Farm. I think it's a great company.
He sponsors a lot of these events that we have here at the
State
golf
Farm.
course.
Yeah. Well, good for them, Bill Griffey. Quietly. I mean, when I say quietly, I mean under my breath, I'm going to be rooting for him. This is the last time I'm going to say it, actually. I'm going to be rooting for him.
Well,
So-
Bill, if you're watching, I will be rooting for you because Sean said he's not rooting for you.
Yeah,
So
there you
I
go.
will be.
So, we can go into more detail about that, or do you think we should have someone discuss more the club tournament and see what they want to do with the rules? I mean, we have someone standing by. Would you like to come on screen and see here what? Okay, I'm going to pass this
is
mic.
Dottie.
Dottie's going to kind of explain, and I'm going to step off to the side here. Here you go, Dottie.
Okay, we'd like to thank any of you who are watching this live tonight. I'm not sure if we have any viewers or not.
And Oric.
And Oric. I'll just quickly and briefly go over the rules for the King of the Hill event. Obviously, they've went over the players, and they'll be going over some of their favorite picks and whatnot. What the King of the Hill event is it's a one-person horse race with a little bit of a twist. There's actually 3 formats. So one player on each hole will be eliminated from the horse race portion. However, they will continue to play for a stroke play prize, and there are skins events. So that again starts 5 o'clock this Saturday, August 20th. Spectators are highly encouraged. There'll be plenty of drink specials, beverage carts, stuff like that. So we really hope that everybody can come out. It's for some of the best players that we have here as members at the Excelsior Springs Golf Club. So we would love if the community would come up and support it. It costs you nothing to come up and spectate. We give you a cart. You can drive around, follow everybody. We just ask that you be respectful to the players. The club championship for this year, for those of you who are participating, there's actually 2 formats. So we've initiated a new format called the 36-hole solo best ball. This actually has a few different names. Some people would call it eclectic best ball. Some people might even call it a ringer style event. And what that is each competitor will play their own ball. Competitors will play 18 holes on both Saturday and Sunday, and they will use the lowest score on each hole over the 2-day period to determine their best score. So what that best score is it's their best 18-hole score. So they're going to play 36 holes, and let's say the first day on hole number 1 you make a 5, and the second day you make a 4, you're going to take the 4 and use that as your score for hole number 1. And then you'll do that on hole 2, 3, 4. So you'll only create an 18-hole score, but you'll play 36. And that's to help kind of get some of the players who might not feel as competitive kind of involved in the competition. You'll still receive a prize if you win your division. Divisions will be created by T-Box. So the players who are playing, you've already signed up. You've chosen if you want to play in this new format or the traditional championship format. And then you've selected which tee you'll be playing from. The traditional format will continue to play as we've always done. It's 36 holes of medal play. Each tee box will have their own championship division. So there'll be a blue championship, a white championship, orange championship, gold championship, red men's, and red ladies championship. Those championship flights will all play the ball down except for the ladies championship. That is the only flight that will play the ball with preferred lies or play the ball up. Also, the men's blue championship division will play 45 holes. So they'll play their 36 holes, and then the top, anybody within 5 strokes of the lead will play the final 9 holes on Sunday. And we will be broadcasting that via Facebook Live.
And spectators welcome as well for that.
Yeah, spectators are welcome and highly encouraged for that as well. That's pretty much it for the new rules formats, or the new formats and the rules. I know there'll be some questions Saturday, so if any of the players are watching this, feel free to ask the questions. It's something that we're trying. It's something to get more participation, so we hope that you all enjoy it. We're doing this to add something new for you guys, the players. If you don't like it, we want to hear both good and bad feedback. So we really hope you enjoy, and I hope to see everybody here Saturday and Sunday to watch both the events. So I'll let the Sean Thorne come back on here.
Thanks, Dottie. Appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you.
He does a lot of great work here. First of all, I want to, before I go any further, commend Frank Conrick, and the crews for the golf course. It's been a heck of a summer. Been brutal. Everybody around here knows what it is. The course is in outstanding shape.
Well, and we're getting people coming from the city and playing this course and talking about how great of shape it is, and so we have a gold mine in our own backyard here, folks. And people that are playing it obviously know this, but Frank has done an amazing job, and would love to thank Frank, and would love to see him out this weekend too. Putting it on you, Frank. Come out and enjoy it, and so I can buy you a drink. How about that?
Yep. He's got a good staff. Some of them are well liked a lot. Some of them are not. The cup cutter is not as well liked. And is there a chance, I don't know, is we can get, because there's rumors that Bob the Dragon Cole is in the house.
We'll get Bob Dragon Cole.
Now this is very rare that we can get somebody like this.
I mean, at his stature,
yeah.
of his stature, it is very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah.
And to be blessed with his presence, the chance,
Yeah.
I would be honored.
Well, we got to really capitalize on this. I mean, if we can get him, that's a snag. That's a huge snag. If anybody's watching at home, this is like
I would like to hear his club championship pick, minus him, of course, because I think he would pick himself.
Well, I hope so, but you don't know about him. He's the dragon. He may be saying, I'm going to pick this person, and he's just trying to suck him in close so he can breathe fire on him.
That's why
he's the
they
dragon.
That's why they call him the dragon.
Yeah, so until the dragon gets here, let's, first of all, you have some notes about the ladies' club championship. And I think we need to address that because it's going to be an interesting field.
Yeah, obviously the women are, it's a smaller format, but we have 3 really good golfers in the championship flight of the women's. We have Molly Mojo Jones,
Here comes Dragon.
Terry Irons, and Debo, the other Get in Your Cart Jarman. And they are 3 of the best women golfers that we have.
Yeah.
Let me scoot over.
Now,
Dragon.
we're going to come back to the ladies golfers because right now we have, I'm almost giddy here with this conversation. Hold on, we're going to squeeze in here. I'm willing to move completely. We'll go somewhere else to get the dragon in here. But
in?
Is the dragon in? Okay. This is Bob the Dragon Cole. Bob, thank you very much for blessing us with your presence.
Well, I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, thank you. What we're wanting to get is your take. How are you feeling? What are you thinking about the weather, the conditions of the course?
Coming off the 4-ball amateur champion,
Oh.
right, with your brother Brian.
Yes.
Congratulations,
I
brother.
appreciate
Congratulations,
that. Appreciate
yeah.
that. You
Very
always
good
want to
win.
represent the home course, and that was my brother and I's goal, was to do our best, represent the golf course with style, and we ended up fortunate. We won the tournament.
And who did you beat in that playoff hole?
That would have been Jeff Vineyard and Bill Griffey.
Whoa. Are they up here? Vineyard and Yep. State Farm Griffey and Jeff the Wino Vineyard.
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with the silver medal.
No, there's not. No, there's not anything wrong. Oric, you all should take note of that. There's nothing wrong with a silver medal, Oric. So, I don't know.
So
Oric seems to
obviously
be
you're
upset.
playing pretty good golf. So do you feel like you have a good chance this weekend?
I do. You know, my goal anytime when I play in a tournament is to keep it real simple, play smart, minimize the damage, and have fun. You know, just keep it in play, get it on the green, 2 putts, get out of there, and then, you know, get par. If I happen to get, you know, birdie, great. If I have a bad hole, you know, try to capitalize where I need to. But, yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good going into the event.
Okay. Dragon, I got a question for you. What do you have a pre-match ritual? I mean, is there something that you like to go through that this is what I have to do before I have a big match?
Well, I know warming up, I've used the same 3 golf clubs I've used since I've started playing golf.
And what are they?
Driver, 7-iron, and wedge.
Okay, and then is there a certain amount of balls you hit?
I
with
usually hit about 10 to 15 balls each, just trying to get the feel of the club, and then I hone it down to trying to hit my marks out on the driving range and really work on tempo. And I end with the golf club I'm going to start with, which is going to be driver. So that's what I'll end the routine with. And I'll go over and chip a little bit and then putt, and then I'll get ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, rock and roll. Yeah.
Well, I think this King of the Hill format is perfect for you just because of what you're talking about, of you taking what the golf course is giving you, right? Like you play the golf course better than anybody that I see, and
Easily.
you don't make the mistakes, and it's almost like you let back like the dragon and wait for them to make the mistakes, and then you pile on. Do you agree with that?
No, match play has always been a real strong suit of mine. So, obviously you're playing against very good golfers. You just go out and play. I like to fly under the radar. And so I like to just, I don't hit the ball as far as a lot of the other guys that are going to be playing in the event, but keep it in play. Like I said, minimize the damage. And then, hopefully when the thing turns around, they're going to say, where'd this guy come from?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got one more thing for you. I found this stat. Obviously, Jeff Ziggy Zimmerman is not playing in this because he's been sick.
Yes.
So you play a lot of golf with Ziggy,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I have found this stat with Ziggy. Your average score is 70.12369.
Okay.
Without Ziggy, you are 70.35769.
So
So-
that's a big.
I mean, that's a big
Discrepancy.
difference here. Without Ziggy playing this weekend, how are you going to make up those strokes?
I'm not real good with math, but that's like a quarter of a stroke.
I just, like I said, just stick to the plan.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
at 9 holes. That's huge. That's like a tenth of a stroke.
Well, and here's the thing I'll say about the playing in this event. Of all the people up here, I may have the best story. When I started playing golf, my first teacher was from Excelsior Springs.
Oh,
And so my golf began with Excelsior Springs. I will end my golf at Excelsior Springs. So it's fitting that I begin with Excelsior Springs and I'll end with Excelsior Springs. So I feel pretty good.
who was your first coach from?
Pete Rayburn.
Oh, wow.
Pete Rayburn. He's from Excelsior Springs, and he had an older son, Peter Rayburn, that played a lot with Dean Barry, and so Pete's goal was his younger son Phil. Nobody played golf, and so he came down and started the golf program in 8th grade for us, and that's how we basically it started. And like I said, it's kind of fitting that it started with somebody from Excelsior Springs.
How that doesn't move him up to a sleeper, like
Oh,
you
he's gonna be
you
motivated.
know, that's the Sunday morning show episode where it's a feel good right there.
That's right.
That's the feel good episode on Sunday morning right there.
That
This
is.
guy come in and win it. There's not going to be a dry eye in the house. I mean, it's
Probably
going to be
not.
very no. Now you say you fly under the radar, but have you not won like back-to-back horse race tournaments up here? I mean, it's kind of a. I don't know how you're flying under the radar right now. I mean, do you
Well-
feel like? I think you want to play the underdog role, but it's difficult for you to do it right now.
Well, I know, it starts, and being a back-to-back horse race champ, it always starts with a good partner, and and that person may be sitting at this table, which he is, and and winning some of the match play events up here, it definitely helps. Like I said, my goal is just to, like I said, keep it in play. Like I said, there's guys out there that are playing this that just hit the ball a mile.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to be out there, and they're, like I said, hopefully by the end of this thing, they're going to say, where'd this guy come from? And I'm going to say, you know what? You've been struck by the dragon.
I love it. I love it. And
I do
that's not
too.
a great. That's you
Well,
just-
Dragon, we
you just-
appreciate you
Thank you.
taking your time.
Thank you,
and,
Dragon.
Good luck
You
this
know we're
weekend.
gonna be rooting for you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Dragon, he's the best. So now let's get back to the ladies championship, because we kind of skimmed over that real quick, and I want to discuss that because I think this year is going to be interesting.
I agree. We have the last year's champ, Molly Jones, who is worked hard this summer. I see her out on the course every day that I'm here, and I'm here 4, 5, 6 days a week, and she's out here on the practice green or she's playing different tees. I've seen her playing 3 different balls, one from the white tee, one from the orange tee, and one from the red tee.
Yeah.
And that's impressive.
That's what makes you a champion. That's right there.
Yeah. And I
that's
don't
what-
do that.
No,
I
I don't
don't do
either. I have a Bloody Mary in the morning, then I have a beer, and then I may go to a scotch, and then I come out here and talk to you while you're hitting the balls, and then I go back in and have a beer, and then I hit the first tee. So
I mean, that sounds like a great game plan.
it's a great game plan for me. I'm not telling the kids out there to do that. That's not a good idea. But, Oric, way to go, Oric. Just bring them into the picture again because I think they're upset with me right now.
I'm going to have to text your wife and get your address because I do not know your address, but
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to her.
Yeah. So,
With that, let's bring in Molly so we can ask her
Molly.
about this year's events and what's planned ahead. First off, how you doing,
for
Molly?
coming, Molly. Thank you very much. I know
Thanks
you've
for
been
having
busy.
me.
I do know it's dark outside right now, so you're probably not hitting any balls. Have you been hitting any balls?
I mean, I just finished playing.
Yeah. So, how you feeling? What's your strategy? Your motivation? Let's get inside Molly's head right now.
So I always set myself a goal, and last year my goal was to win, and I did that. So this year, my new goal is to break 80,
Okay.
one of the rounds. So
Can I ask what you shot last year?
80 the first day, and then the second day I had a rough day, and I shot an 89.
Okay, but still come away with the championship.
Mm-hmm.
So you're wanting to do 80-80 both days. A pretty good feat right now because the course is kind of playing tough, and
Especially when Steve Zimmerman set some of these pins.
Yeah, when
And he has talked about that Saturday might be an easier pins, and then championship Sunday pins on Sunday.
Yeah.
So with knowing that, what is your strategy going to be on Sunday?
My strategy is going to be to put my shots in places that I'm comfortable making putts from. So I like uphill putts, so I can put myself in places where I have uphill putts, try to put myself in places I don't have downhill putts, and just try to do the best I can and know that everyone else is playing the same pins as me.
good. I asked the Dragon this. What is your pregame? What is your ritual before you go out and play a big match? Do you have something? Do you listen to certain music? Do you hit certain clubs? What's your ritual?
I usually go out on the range, and I do not really watch what my shots look like when I'm warming up. I just let myself get warmed up. So I usually hit pitching wedge, and then I hit a couple 8-irons, maybe some 7-irons, and then I go usually 4 hybrid and then driver.
Okay. And then hit the putting green and then everything afterwards.
Yep.
Okay. So what's your strength of your game right now, you think? This is what is going to bring me in right now?
Right now it's my mid-irons.
Oh, that's a good one to have.
Yep.
Strong right now.
Do you try to put yourself, like hitting driver, do you like to hit to a certain yardage, or are you gripping and ripping like these two guys over here?
I should probably put myself to a certain yardage, but I don't because I really like hitting my driver from the red tees here.
That a girl.
So
Way
I
to go.
usually have 50, 60 yards into the greens on the par 4s here.
Oh, that's a pretty good drive.
So, coming up, you're getting ready to head off to school and start your golf season, correct? Tell us a little bit about how your season works for young women golfers that are thinking about maybe playing college golf, and maybe tell them some goals that they should set playing in high school.
Good question, Shooter.
So the difference between high school and college golf that I like to tell people is you've got to start playing from longer yardages if you want to play at the next level. So from here, I like to play from the orange tees, maybe a little bit from the white tees, which are a little bit too long, but play at longer yardages. Make sure your short game is really good. That can really help you in rounds when you're not hitting the ball well. And just make sure you have a good work ethic if you want to play at the next level. We have a fall season and a spring season, so that's a lot different from high school, and we play a lot of golf during a pretty short period of time. So just make sure you're prepared for that the best you can be. It's really fun, and I would recommend it to everyone.
You want to let everybody know where you're going to school and let
I
them,
will be a senior at Truman State University.
Okay.
And could you tell somebody or tell the folks some of your events? Maybe they want to come watch you. That'd be great.
So we have 4 events this fall. We are playing at Silo Ridge and Bolivar, Paradise Point. I don't know if it's the Posse or the Outlaw yet. Then we are playing at Mazingo Lake, and then the Deuce and the National.
Good.
Great. So they can get on those calendars and check them out and see when you're going to be there.
Yep.
And come support Molly Jones.
Yeah.
And good luck this weekend. You have a great chance of repeating. How many repeat women champions have we had? Very few, right? Right. So Good luck.
Well,
Thanks for
thank
joining
you.
us.
Molly, as a member of the golf course and representative here, we're very proud to have you represent us at where you're going to school, and you're a great representative for us. And keep up the hard work.
Thanks.
We're really proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, we really scored big on these, Shooter. Those are two great interviews. Now, I think we discussed the little bit of the ladies championship. Molly is definitely the forerunner here. You got Terry Irons and Debbie Jarman. There are three different personalities right there. I mean, you want to talk about a wide range. I think Molly, of course, is the forerunner on who's going to repeat.
But don't count out Debo.
Yeah,
Debo is very, very competitive.
Debo is very competitive and has won several times. And here's the thing about Irons. She has played more golf lately than I've seen her play in quite a few years.
Well, I believe she retired this year, right? So
Yes.
she's been able to get out and play a lot more.
Terry
and
Irons
work.
turned 72 this summer, so she
Man,
retired.
she looks good for 72.
She retired. Well, she worked a little longer than she needed to, but she's 72 years old this year. So happy birthday to her. Retired
She
a
just
little
had
late.
a birthday a couple weeks ago.
Yep,
at the Colbert Bash.
72. So
I
it
did
was
not
good for her.
realize She was
Yeah.
something good for her.
Yep. So she's playing a lot more golf.
I
So
might get her a cane for this weekend then.
I don't think that's a bad gift. I think that's a good gift. So now let's just, while we're on the club championship, let's just
Yeah.
go over to the men's club championship.
Yeah, let's do this. So in the first group, obviously we're doing shotgun start at 8 a.m. So everybody's playing at the same time, so they're not seeing scores come in and figuring out what they need to do. But this first group's pretty interesting. We got the Burkness brothers with Bill Griffey and Jeff Vineyard.
Both Griffey and Vineyard both passed club championships.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for Bill and Vineyard. I mean, playing with those two guys, they might fight each other in the middle of two fairway.
Yeah. I don't know.
And how can you come back from that watching that happen?
I don't know if that's a random draw. I can't believe that is. I don't know if someone has paid somebody off. I'm not saying that anybody would do that around here, but it sounds like someone got. There's a bad draw here.
I
saying
think
right now.
somebody's trying to go after Vineyard because
Yep.
he's one of the favorites.
Yep. Easily.
And I think they're trying to put the Burknesses with them and maybe paying the Burknesses a little bit of money
Yeah.
to bring Vineyard down.
Yeah, and Bill's just a friendly fire.
Yes.
I don't mean to affect you, Bill, but you're a snake and you got killed with a rattler and you're just a little black snake. Sorry, but I thought you were a rattler snake. But go State Farm.
And then 1B, we have Marty Albertson, Jim Talley, R.D. Lowe, and Kim Bryant.
I tell you what,
Those guys play together every
Every
Sunday.
day.
Every Sunday they are together. So that's a pretty normal group. They should be able to play their A game minus having to watch Tally putt.
yeah, well,
I mean, if you guys are watching that, I don't know how you do it.
God bless you.
But he's still a good putter.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
he's a
going to
putter.
come compete. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it. He's going to come
Here's
compete.
what the you're in the shooter. You're in the statistics. These four, I just got word in that they have played 3,248 rounds between the four of them this year. So that's a lot of
believe
golf
it.
between
I
those
believe
four.
it. I believe it.
And 83%, 83% was together. So those guys know each other. Unlike that first group, which
Yeah,
I think is
yeah.
very suspicious. That second group, they know each other. That's a
they're-
good group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in 1C, we have Bob Cole, Chris Delano, Tyler Berry, and Dylan Comstock. Now, this is an interesting group, to say the least.
Oh,
I mean, we got the Dragon.
Yeah.
We got Chris Delano.
Yeah, but everybody
So,
knows Chris.
I have a stat on Chris Delano that so
I got to hear it.
when he gets mad
Yeah.
and he calls himself every derogatory name in the book,
And
on
he
the
knows a lot of
green,
them. He knows
a
a
lot
lot.
of them. Look out. He makes birdie 6.9% of the time after that.
6.9. Ladies and gentlemen, the stats don't lie. That is incredible. 6.9.
I mean, when he comes back from a 4-putt like you wouldn't believe.
I've never seen anybody, and you can, Shooter, if you disagree with me, let me know, because you've played with, be upset with a shot that was an incredible shot more than this guy.
I can't believe it. Like, I would take 90% of his shots that he
And
gets
that
mad
he
at.
is upset about.
It's unbelievable.
And then you got Tyler Berry and Dylan Comstock. I think really those two are just going to be in for a ride
Oh,
that
yeah.
day. That's
Yeah.
just see
If
what
they
happens.
can survive the first day, and play close to their game, they got a chance the next day.
And they will play 27 the second day, 27 holes.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see where those all finish out. There's some really good golfers in any of those. I can't limit anybody on saying no, they got no chance. That's anybody's game today. I'll say Jeff Vineyard with his game, it's a lead, but he's playing with Berknes the first day.
Yes, absolutely.
That throws everything off. So all right, we got covered the women's. Let's cover. I think we need to go a little bit more in. Yes, yeah. I think we need to go while he's here still. I'll pass the mic off to him and
No,
see
you're
if
fine.
he
You can sit here.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just keep doing it the same way.
We have another guest. He's still sticking around. This is how hard this guy works. It's all days and nights, and this guy works all the time. So let me see what's your thoughts on. Let's go back real quick to the club championship, the ladies championship. What's your thoughts on what our diagnosis is with that right now?
Well, what this really breaks down to, I think, this year is you have one player, Molly, who's trying to retain, which is very hard to do. There's more nerves on the first tee when you're trying to retain a club championship than there is if you're kind of the underdog, kind of counted out. But what you guys haven't talked about is that we've got a person that's battling for Brassy Cup points.
Oh, that's huge.
And that can ignite a fire.
Okay, we got Debbie Jarman,
and she just went back into first place tonight after ladies' night.
and real close second and third is Chris Delano in championship, right?
Very true, and he's a past Brassy Cup champion.
And who is in the top three now? Scott Sapp still in the top
Yeah,
three?
so right now it would go Debbie Jarman, Scott Sapp, Chris Delano after tonight.
Okay. Wow.
So that's going to
pressure.
be a big
That-
motivator.
I think that's more pressure than the actual club championship.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, that Brassy, getting your name on that Brassy Cup is an honor and a great, I think it's the best trophy in this clubhouse.
Well, it's one of the few you can drink beer out of.
Well, and what's better than that?
Exactly.
I mean, the Stanley Cup is the only other one.
yes.
Nothing better than that.
So yeah, I mean, I think Mojo's going to have a tough time. I think Terry Irons, with all the golf she's been playing, maybe all the extracurricular activities that we've seen her do in her retirement. I don't know. I feel like she's just exuding confidence going into this
So
tournament.
at
And then you
72,
got
does she
Debbie.
get to move forward? Any other forward? Is she
Absolutely
gonna have to play?
not.
So at 72,
Yeah.
Terry Irons is 72 years old. She still has to play the red tees.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. Well, that's only fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait, I actually saw her out practicing. She almost drove 7 green. She might have drove 7 green
oh my
from
gosh.
the red tees.
Wow.
Yeah. So Mojo's in for a treat there. But on the men's side, you didn't ask me, but I'm going to tell you anyway. On the men's side, I think the guy you're looking out for here, when it comes down to it, it's the Dragon.
Oh, I think
the Dragon's been prepared for this. He's coming off a huge win at that Missouri 4-ball net division champion with Brian Cole. He's going to utilize that, harness that energy. He's gonna come out with a vengeance.
And I don't think anybody works harder than Bob Cole at his game.
No.
At his game, you see him on the range. He's working on his game to make his game better and putting. And what's better than the Dragon is he wants everybody else to be better. He's always helping somebody out. If you go out on the range with him, he's going to turn around. How you doing? If you ask him something, he's going to tell you something and to help you out.
I think what the key there is Bob Cole plays his game. Mm-hmm. He's going to be up here with some guys that can knock the ball a mile. It won't affect Bob Cole whatsoever. Keep it in the middle, hit the greens, make a putt when you can, and then move on. Mm-hmm. If you can't and you have to settle for a par, that's good with him. He's good. And his short game is second to none. From inside 50 yards, the guy is just
Absolutely.
dead eye.
One of the best putters I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Here, ever.
he knows these greens very well. So, yeah, I would never put any money against Bob the Dragon Cole.
I'm gonna say my favorite is Dragon. My underdog though, Tyler Berry.
Okay, underdog.
If you remember Shot in the Dark,
Yeah.
Tyler Berry, they were right. They won.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
won. So I mean, he's a pressure player.
Yeah.
He's proven himself in past events. So obviously,
As he played with Chris
he can do
Delano.
that. Well, that's going to be a thing. But he's from, I think, Poplar Bluff, and from what I hear, they're pretty rowdy down there too. So
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
rough crew. That's a
Delano
rough
might
crew.
not be any match.
That's
for
a
him.
rough crew.
And as I'm looking, you got Vineyard. He was the '99 Mizzou Pepsi Junior champion. Obviously, his pedigree is second to none for this event. Griffey, one of the largest or one of the lowest cumulative scores for the club tournament. He shot 11 under one time.
Yep.
And won.
I watched that up here. It was
So-
impressive. Never made a mistake. It was just so right down the middle, hit the greens, capitalized.
And
Beautiful
what
round.
what we don't have to worry about this year, what the players don't have to worry about, is Jeff Zimmerman.
Yeah, yeah, and he's always a factor that let's just be Ziggy's a loose cannon. You never know what he's going to shoot at you. He could be an unbelievable round, and then he could just not even in the top 10. So we'll see what he is. Hopefully in the future he gets to feeling better, get back on the course and everything else. So.
One person you guys don't have listed here either, and I just got word on this before. He was out for an injury, Michael Jarman. He's definitely out of the King of the Hill, but he may still participate in the club tournament. Not sure. Hand, something he's messed up. We'll just have to wait and see on that. But he could be a first day contender. Definitely not a second day contender, but a first day for
Yeah,
sure.
he's much more of his first day contender kind of guy. So that'd be interesting though, because that gets in people's heads for the first day and see what he's shooting, and let's see what he can do the second day. So
It's going to be interesting this year. They have to play the ball down both days. That's gonna bring some people back to the field. It's going to let others kind of move forward. So it'll be interesting. But so that's my underdog Tyler Berry. My favorite is Bob Cole,
yeah,
Dragon.
I don't disagree with that. And we want to keep you here for a little
Okay.
longer because we're going to go from the men's club championship. And since you're up here, we want to talk to you about your game, your prep.
Absolutely.
What do you do in preparation for the King of the Hill? Your pre-ritual, the ritual you do before teeing off on a big match like this, and do you get nervous before something like this?
Well, I think everybody gets nervous. You have to get nervous or else it doesn't matter. So I've been lucky enough that I've had a lot of Mondays off thanks to my amazing boss, Tim Jarman. So I've gotten to play in a lot of our Midwest section events. So playing under pressure is not really going to be the factor for me. There'll still be more nerves because this is your hometown crowd. These are the people that I grew up around, the people that maybe I have more of a care of what their thoughts and opinions are of me. So it's always nice to play well in front of them, whether they like you or don't like you. You just want to make sure that you do your best and represent yourself well. It's also a little bit more pressure on maybe myself and Tim, just being well, maybe more so him than me, given his pedigree of being the club professional, playing amongst the members. For those of you who don't know, originally club professionals were kind of looked down upon at golf courses.
I never liked the club pro.
Yeah. Well, we're all mean, so
Never liked them.
But they were looked at as the service people for the members. Amateurs were looked at as the affluent players in golf because they didn't play for money. So as golf professionals now, we have a little more higher standing with our members. More people kind of look to the club pro as the person to help them learn how to play golf or to run golf events and stuff like that. So Tim does a great job with all that stuff. I'm really glad that he decided to play. Actually, I was a little bit on the fence. If he wasn't going to play, I don't think I would have played. Just for the fact that, obviously as a fellow professional, that's probably who I feel is the biggest competition.
Oh, yeah. And I think when your names are on there, that's who everybody's gunning for. Now I know Vineyard was the winner last year, but when you see the guys that's what they do for a living, that's who people gun for.
Well, it's nice because then you get everybody's best, and that's kind of something. We have a scratch league that we play in the fall. McGregor here is my partner in that, and we haven't been defeated yet. But you get everybody's best every day, which is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun whenever you get to play. You know, we play a little bit of golf with most of the members, but when they know you're playing, they want to play their best, which makes you want to beat them even more.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it's a nice, fulfilling feeling.
Yeah.
Well, it's nothing against the other competitors either, but when we want to come watch, we want to come watch you and Tim play. You know, we want to see the guys that we normally don't get to play or watch play. You know, these other guys, we get to play here and there, or at least see them out on the course and maybe see him play one hole. Where Tim, we might see him play once a year.
Right.
You know, and this is our chance to see what he can do against other great competitors. And let's face it, Tim is probably the most competitive guy at this golf course. And when his blood gets pumping, he's going to try to win this thing.
Well,
and
yeah.
Same thing with you, Austin. Everybody's here is trying to win it, but as a competitor or as a fan wanting to watch that.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, I think it's we have a great lineage of golf professionals here, but when you look at what we have here for Tim stats-wise, you're a stats guy, McGregor.
Oh my
right.
gosh,
I mean,
it's just
that's-
ridiculous.
it's like a
75,
book.
79
Yeah.
club champion, University of Missouri golf team 75 through 79, captain of the university golf team 78, 79, semifinalist 1979 Missouri State Amateur, first round medalist in the 80 Missouri State Amateur, finalist in the 1980 Heart of America 4-ball, which he lost 2-1 to Payne Stewart. And if anybody knows anything about golf, you know who Payne Stewart is.
I met Payne Stewart once. Great guy.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yes. Qualifier, U.S. Amateur, 80 and 81. Florida Space Coast Tour member, which was a mini tour back in the day. Hogan Tour participant. Player of the Year in the Midwest section. So, I mean, you know, there's reasons why people want to come out and see, you know, him participate. And obviously, he's 65, and he's still competing with. I mean, I'm 28, so, and he can still compete with me any day of the week. So that just tells you something right there. And if the people at home watch this, whether you're watching it live or you watch it tomorrow, if nothing else, just come out to watch, you know, probably one of the best golfers that's ever, you know, been around in this area. I mean,
Well, I'm going to say, if you come out tomorrow or Saturday, and I'm going to say these nine golfers are some of the best golfers in the greater Kansas City area. That I'll take this 9 against any course. And am I wrong here in saying these guys will match up against any course in the city?
yeah, I mean, definitely, especially playing here. If we played here, I would take those 9 guys. You know, traveling, I will say maybe one of the detriments to our membership is we don't play enough other places. But I will say, you know, our Kansas City Cup team, which is, we play all over, and we've made the playoffs almost every year since I've started. So that's 5-6 years. I mean, yeah,
That's
we
because
have
you do dominate at home.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
dominate home,
it's-
and you do well on the road, just enough that you're gonna do well every year. So that's Major League Baseball, that's the NFL, that's hockey, that's win at home and do decent on the road. So that's like I said, your guys here are. I'll put them up against anybody on the road. Even let go anywhere and they'll be good. So, so besides yourself, Austin
Yes.
Hardison.
Uh-huh.
This is my question. This is going to be awkward for you.
Go ahead.
Who do you think is going to go out first?
Oh, this is a no-brainer. That's the easiest question you've asked me all night.
Wow. So I don't know if they can see Bill Griffey.
It's not State Farm
Mike
Griffin.
Berkness.
Well, it very easily could be Michael Berkness.
I don't think it's going to be Bob Cole because you're rooting
It's
for
not
him.
the Dragon.
I'm going to start at the top. Is it going to be Marty Albertson?
No,
Tim Jarman?
not even close. I'll put more money that Tim Jarman eagles the first hole than that he goes out on.
Okay,
the first
you got
hole.
Jeff Vineyard.
No, it will not be Vineyard.
I don't think you're going to vote against Austin
Well,
Hardison.
if you remember last year, I was almost out on the first hole.
I remember,
remember
yeah.
that.
Probably made the best part of anybody
Ever.
that day.
Okay. So now we're down to 2.
Okay, and you're getting warm.
Dylan Comstock and Quentin Berkness.
Comstock's going to have a lot of nerves, in my opinion. He hasn't been put on the stage. A lot of people here know who he is. He knows a lot of people, but he hasn't been on the stage. So I think adrenaline will work in his favor a little bit. I think he'll be okay on the first hole. Here's the one that won't be okay.
Okay, now we're down to 1.
Berkness. The Quentin Berkness. I'm sorry, it's just not happening.
Okay.
And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Go into this.
Okay, so we sent 3 teams to the Missouri Amateur Floorball Net Division Championship.
Bro.
Yes, dude.
Dude.
We sent
I've
Dude
heard
Bro
stories
Joey
about
Branson.
the bro dude.
His partner was Quentin Berkness, and I specifically wanted it was played at St. Joe Country Club, and St. Joe Country Club on the
Great
first
course.
hole. It's an awesome course, but you never want to hit driver on the first hole for those guys.
And I believe I was in the clubhouse with you when we told Quentin, do not hit a driver.
Absolutely, you were. You were sitting in the left chair in the pro shop.
He's good. He's good.
And he hit driver off the first tee.
Oh, did he
Where
drive
did it
the
go?
in
and
the, on
it
the
went
green?
out of bounds.
Went out of bounds.
So
Out of
right
bounds.
there, his course management is going to be the. I mean, I don't know if we're going to see out of bounds.
So on number 1, everything right is
Out of bounds.
Okay.
okay.
He hit it out of bounds, right?
He did hit it out of bounds.
On number
right,
1 is St.
by
Joe.
a foot.
Yeah.
By a
Yeah.
foot.
It's a drivable green for him, but you got to. It's a tight window.
Yeah.
You have to hit, and it's not a risk reward. It's
I
So do you think
actually,
he
I
will-
think when he got on the first tee, he said something like, "There's trouble right" or something, and maybe I heard that his partner Joey Branson said, "Dude, bro, if you're in that frame of mind, it's not starting out so great."
now with Mr. Branson. Does he ever say bro, dude, or is it always dude, broed?
Well-
Bro, dude, bro.
In my experience, it's "dude, bro" with an exaggerated eye roll, but
Oh yeah, yep. That's Mr. Branson. He does
I'm gonna
do
have
that.
to talk to him and maybe put in a yo,
Yeah,
bro.
yo, bro.
yeah.
I mean, I think that would go way better, especially
yeah.
when he's
Dude,
talking about Quentin.
yo,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Well, the
Dude,
problem is
yo,
you never know who's
bro,
talking because they both say
dude.
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Quentin's normally explicative words followed by bro. Joey's more just dude, bro.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think it's hands down. It's Quentin Berkness going out on the first hole.
Well, can I just tell you this much? I had a little one-on-one with one of your. Well, I'll just come out and say it. I don't think he was trying to be. Quentin Berkness put the odds on 10-1 that his brother Michael Berkness goes out on the first hole.
Well, like McGregor Shooter here said, if they make it to the first tee without fighting,
Yeah.
I mean it'll be amazing.
Well,
To
here's
me, I think it's 50-50 of which one of them goes out.
I think you're right.
I mean, because it's if Quentin hits it right, OB, he's done, right? But Michael might duff one off the tee and not make it past the women's tee.
well,
box.
and here's in the teeing order. It's him. Quentin's going to hit before Michael. They're not nice to each other.
No.
So
not
if
at all.
Quentin nails one and Michael's up the tee, Quentin's not going to be saying, "Hey, brother, hit a good one." No, he's going to say, "Hit it right out of bounds."
yeah.
Or look out, there's a trouble right.
Yeah.
That
That's
would
the
be
killer.
my go pro.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
would be
yeah.
my go.
So-
So
Yeah.
Okay, so we're really Berknesses are really see your Dylan Comstock. I agree with you totally. He's not used to this. I was telling Shooter earlier that if he makes it to 4, he could win the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in a horse race format like that, it just takes one hole. It just takes one shot. I mean, that's
Yeah.
golf in general, I guess. But that one shot, I mean, you feel it, and then you're in the zone. And boom,
You
gone.
settle down, your nerves settle down. You get past
Oh,
the
yeah.
first hole. He steps up to 2, pipes one down the middle. This kid could win the whole thing.
well, my question is, I haven't seen Dylan this summer as much, but every time I've seen him in the past, he's always been on the range.
On the range.
On the range, but he's never on the putting clock.
Yeah.
His 3-putt percentage is like 44%.
44%. That's.
I mean, that ain't gonna work in this
no,
format.
No, it's not.
So if he's been working on his putting, then I give him a shot. But if he hasn't, then there's no chance.
You can't put your upper 40% on any 3 putting. That's not a good statistic whatsoever.
You know that I think Shooter, you're right. That's going to be his ultimate downfall. Is going to be the putter. I will tell you this: if anybody wants to see somebody who hits the ball absolutely a mile, you definitely want to come watch this kid because he does it a lot. He was on the range the other day while I was giving a lesson, and he hit his 2-iron, 275 yards. So
Wow.
Wait a minute. 2-iron, 275 yards.
yes,
Why does he even carry a 2-iron?
Well, why does he carry a driver?
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
a good
I mean,
question.
that's
200.
farther than most
So-
people in this event hit
Yeah.
their driver.
So here's a question I'm going to have for, since we've had the rain. Is the rough still pretty dry out there on the outside edges?
Yeah,
'Cause-
I mean, if we get some rain maybe on Friday night, the course will play pretty soft. But right now, it's pretty firm. The greens are soft. The greens are super soft, very receptive. So you'll see a lot of depending on where the pin positions are, which I've heard, they're going to be pretty tough. Those people that want to attack the pins, you can do that.
So, do you think the pins for the King of the Hill, the pins are going to be tough that night?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
good.
and I think they should. I mean, these are supposed to be the best golfers at our golf course. They should be challenged.
I agree. Let's see what they got. So, I know for me, I'm going with, and just because Quentin told me, I'm going with Michael Burkness, the first one out. Shooter, your guess.
It's definitely between them two. I
Okay.
mean,
Gotta
like I
pick
said,
one.
I got to go with Michael. I think I've seen him go right more than Quentin,
Okay.
and I think knowing what happened at the amateur the other day, he might just aim in two fairway and say, "Keep it. I'm going to keep it in."
Yeah.
And maybe he learned something.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him some credit.
Okay.
But if he makes it through one, look in his bag and see if he's got a fishing pole. Because, I mean, he fishes all the time.
Yeah.
And if he's got a fishing pole, look out. It's
So-
game on at this point.
So, Shooter and I are kind of run this. Do we have to put them on the clock if they start fishing on number 2 or 3 pond, and they are holding up play? Is that fishing part of we're putting them on the clock? You're on the clock. You got to speed up.
I guess it probably depends if he's catching anything.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because if he's catching something, I think we got to let him go.
Yeah. I agree.
But if
I mean,
he's
There's a
not,
limit. I mean, there's a limit.
Well, yeah.
But it depends on what it is. Some of it's 30. You can keep 30 of some kind of fish.
You can't stay for 30.
yeah.
I mean, we
Perches
could.
like that, and bluegill,
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. It's ridiculous. But if he's on I'll say
Now,
this:
but
if he's
as
on a
soon-
roll fishing and he's catching them left and right, and they're all keepers, I'm not going to say I'm going to say good for you.
But
You know
if
what?
he-
Move to the next hole.
If he brings the fryer and starts cooking him,
Now
we got to put him
now
on
we
the
got
clock.
a problem. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna let that one slide. I like to eat that stuff. So
Okay. All right. Well then.
I think you're gonna have to talk to Frank about that. Though.
Yeah.
yeah.
You need Frank's permission before you start a fryer on 3 rough.
Okay. Yeah.
We did start no, we
You
didn't.
started a fire, not a fryer.
Not a fryer, yeah. It was contained though. Well, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I appreciate you having me.
Thank
on
you
the
for
interview.
coming.
You guys
Thanks.
can-
Good luck this weekend.
yes.
Really appreciate your time.
Yeah. So now let's get into. We talked about who we thought was going to go out first. Let's just go briefly on we think who are, first of all, maybe our sleepers. Like maybe there's not going to be a lot of picks, and then who we think is our. I think this guy's going to run away with it. I'm going to go with a sleeper with mine. My first sleeper is Bob Cole. I think he's always a sleeper with these long ball hitters.
Well, if I'm Bob Cole, I'm getting frustrated being called a sleeper.
Yep.
I mean, both you guys have picked Bob Cole to do really well in the club championship and in this King of the Hill. So how in the hell is he a sleeper?
Well, I think he's a sleeper because most golfers look at the drivers. And you got big driver, big driver, big driver, big driver. No, Marty Albertson still hits a pretty good drive for his age. Big driver. Bill Griffey still hits a pretty good ball for his age. I think he turns 93 this year. So, you got a lot of big ball hitters out here. It's just, how do they compete? But, in all of these guys, you have guys that manage the course. Tim Jarman manages the course. Jeff Vineyard manages the course. Austin manages it. Bob Cole does.
Well, and these
Bill Griffey.
these 4 guys here at the top have played this course more than anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like those guys know this course like the back of their hand.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but Bob is not a sleeper. He's got a true chance at this.
Okay.
But-
If that's the case, Shooter, is he your winner? Is that who you're picking to win?
No,
Well,
I think.
okay,
I
ladies and
think.
gentlemen.
I
I've
think,
just been reprimanded for not picking him to win, and he's a sleeper. But Shooter says, no, he's not going to win.
I
So,
think Tim
okay.
is going to redeem himself. He was so frustrated going out on hole 3 or 4 last year, And I don't think I've ever seen him so frustrated.
Okay, see, now Tim, I consider at his age is a course manager. He's not long, but he's gonna know that if you put all these guys together, they haven't played this course as much as this guy has. So,
Who has the course record?
Tim Jarman.
But do you know what else course record he has? Barkey's.
Yeah.
It was a week. It was a week after his course record when he shot 61, right? 61.
Yeah.
If you don't, do you know what a Barkey is?
Yeah, that's where if you hit a tree of any substance and then you're able to get a
Par or better.
That's considered a Barkey.
Correct.
Okay.
And then if you hit 2 trees,
Oh, two.
like your driver hits a tree,
Okay.
and then your second shot hits a tree,
Oh, that's tough.
that's a double Barkey.
Wow.
But you still have to make par or better. So he broke that record a week later.
Wow.
Do you know how many Barkeys he had? That 12.
12 Barkeys. Wow.
I mean, that's a lot of Barkeys. I mean, that's some.
Well, that's a lot of Barkeys. Well, I'm not going to count him out. I think
No.
he's in the top. And it depends. And it depends on his attitude going into this thing. I'd say right now, biggest competitor on this sheet. This guy's a grinder. He's going to go at him. Now, can he stay up with them and keep going? What he's got an advantage, a lot of them too, is he's not playing 18 holes earlier.
No, he is not.
So he is. Austin and Tim are not playing. Is it a disadvantage or advantage? I think it's advantage, especially at his age. I can come out there fresh, hit some balls, and be
Right, and you're gonna see him leave the clubhouse and go to the backside, and he's gonna work on some things where nobody can see.
I'm gonna say he's leaving the clubhouse about 3:00, 2:30.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna hit some range balls, and then he's headed to that backside. I don't know what he does back there. I've never followed him. I might do that Saturday
Yeah.
and get a little film on him and see what his secret
Well,
is.
I'll go with you. Can we get a cooler to go do it?
Of course.
Okay, we'll get a cooler and go do it. So, but I'm going to say, if I was to put on the clock, pick your winner. Who do you think right now I'm going to put money on them to win?
I'm picking Austin Hardison.
I can't go against Jeff Vineyard. I think he's going to do it back to back. So I'm going with Jeff Vineyard. You're going with Austin Hardison.
I'm going with Austin. Austin, the janitor.
The janitor, and because he's a cleanup man, he's cleans up.
Well, I mean, Big R gave him this key ring that has about 30 keys.
Big R. Now that is Rodney
Holt.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of him.
They
Is he still alive?
speak of the devil.
Oh, Rodney. Big. Oh my God.
They look like twins.
Oh my gosh.
I got a headlight out. I'm not driving home.
Oh,
It's on the line.
Rodney Holt.
So
That's Big R. So I can't disagree with that. I can see where you would take Austin.
well,
So,
and I mean, and reminder: Austin took third in the horse race last year, but he beat Vineyard in the stroke play in the second playoff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that tells you how close he was. I mean, a horse race is totally different than stroke play. In stroke play, you can have maybe one bad shot and get away with it and come back. When you get down to this final 3 of the horse race, the final 3 holes, that you were past horse
yeah.
race champion. The pressure becomes a lot more.
Oh.
Now you're in the money.
Yeah.
You have a chance to win it all. It becomes totally
every
different.
shot you don't want to mess up. And I'll say this: we're making fun of everybody in here, and for different reasons. I'll say this: tomorrow, Saturday, any one of these guys can win. Really,
Well, that's why they're up here.
Yeah.
That's why
Any
they're
one
going
of
to
them
be
can
playing in
win.
this.
Any
and
one of them can win.
And to be asked to play in this is a true honor.
yeah.
And I think this is a great event that Austin has started and Tim has started, and it's become a great. I enjoy watching horse races. I enjoy watching good golfers play golf.
And this is one of my favorites to watch.
And
I
this is
root for these guys, and I'm not going to be rooting for any certain person. It's just going to be have a good competition. Let's see what these guys can do. And I really think if you were to tell me at the end of the day one of these guys won, I could see.
Yes,
well,
absolutely.
you know what? The ball fell the right place. Someone went out the right place. That's what's great about horse races. One bad shot could lose you. One great shot, you're in. You win it. So, but I don't have much more to say tonight. Do you, Shooter?
I do not. First off, I would like to thank everyone for the honor to being on this broadcast. It's been a joy.
Yeah.
I'm not real fond of you, and you know this, but I don't know how we made it through, but we did. But
I
Dottie,
said,
I would really like to thank Dottie.
yeah.
Dottie has been my scratch golf partner, great coach.
Well,
and
if you want to go hug and kiss him, that's fine. I mean, if you want to go,
I mean,
if
I
you
would
wanna take
not
a
hug and
moment-
kiss you.
Well,
I know that.
but if
I
you
was gonna
want to
pick
go
somebody
hug
from
and
here,
kiss,
it would be Dottie.
if you want to go hug and kiss Dottie, I'm not saying it's not right. I'm just saying you can go do that. And I feel the same way towards you in terms of what you said earlier. It's just I don't want to go into any details on that, but
My final word is good luck to all the competitors. This
Every one of
weekend.
you guys.
Go do your best, right? Like pressure golf is something that is very hard, but it is going to make you a better golfer down the road. To the King of the Hill participants, thank you very much for putting yourself out there.
Yes.
It's very, very difficult format. Hopefully we have lots of patrons to come
Yes.
watch you play and put on a good show, and we greatly appreciate it.
and these guys were invited. So this was not just, well, you sign up for it. And these guys were invited, and but they're willing to stick their necks out there and go out for it. So come out there and watch them. It's a great day. It's a beautiful course and beautiful weather. So, from my heart, and I think if Shooter has a heart, he's going to say the same
I
thing.
don't.
No, he doesn't. But come out and watch. It's going to be a great.
And we will
Great
be
weekend.
we'll be putting this on. We'll be doing this together again, so you can see us fight. Maybe Sean and I will be the Burtnesses instead of the Burtnesses being the Burtnesses.
I don't think so. I think it'd be really quick fight, but that's all right. That's all right. I think he'd be done quick. But anyway, come out and watch us. We love you guys, and